Hello and welcome back to the second part of this episode of Face to Face on cybersecurity, cybercrimes with Dr. Harold DeCosta, the president of the Cybersecurity Corporation. Now we were talking about various things that are happening in today's cyber world with technology, with AI, with machine, and you were giving us a brief about what is happening around these various scams, extortion, robbery. Once upon a time people used to break the houses and today then it went like the cards, you would get swiped cards in so many places, but today it's become there's much more finesse, there's much more creativity, much more planning. Can you give us for the general public what exactly are some of these modus operandi, various these frauds and crimes and extortion? Harold?
First and foremost, if I talk about the online frauds, and that's moving up on a large rampant level. One of the reasons why these online frauds are taking place is because of the non-KYC of the accounts. In fact, we have a lot of stock scams. In fact, people, when they go onto their Facebook page, they will have some link, and when they click on that link, they will be taken to a WhatsApp account. And in their WhatsApp account, they will find there are about 150-200 people in the group, and most of them talking about that they have earned a huge profit in the stock. And this person who has now become a part of the group sees all those digital artifacts and screenshots that in a day 2 lakhs is made, 3 lakhs is made.
Which is impossible.
And what happens is that now from there the modus operandi starts. Then he gets in touch with the admin of the group and says that, how can I make money? So the person receiving and said that I am from BOFA, that is one of the top institution in US which deals with the financial transactions. I am an advisor and I will advise you. And on this particular advice, then he has been taken to a fake app which looks like a stock app, which looks like a digital wallet. And then he has been told that you can invest in a stock market, in a share, which in the normal domain you won't be able to get. But we have got licensing with that company where you can apply for that particular shares at the primary level, at the IPO level, and you will get it. They induce the person the criminal induce the person in such a way that they also say that there is a XYZ stock, you see today it is 15% higher and it is in the upper circuit, 20% upper circuit. But we have got licensing with the company where even though it is upper circuit, still you will get the shares. And people start investing money in that. And all this particular money what they invest, there is a fake wallet which looks identical like a stock application.
Which in today's world is not difficult to create this. It's very, very easy.
And they show that how much you have invested, 50 lakhs. 2 months down the line, it has become 75 lakhs. So they say the more you invest, more the higher chance of profitability, because we are advisors, we are advising the American stock market, we are advising the UK stock market, Indian stock market. They take the names of some very high profile people, they attach their photograph in the WhatsApp, and the other person feels, the victim feels, oh, he's the same one, and they lose the money up over there. First thing, I think what people should do that is that what they think that money, higher returns will come, that is impossible. Number one. Number two is that whenever they are told to make the payment in an account to buy the shares, these particular accounts are basically saving accounts. And whenever you make any particular payment for buying a share, it will always go in the company's account, not in the savings account of some people. And people make a payment on that. That is the second thing that people should avoid. Number three, whenever they find that there is an organization which says that, okay, I will have your returns to be increased by 50%, 70% in 2 or 3 months down the line, they should go to the SEBI's website. And in that SEBI's website, they should check whether this particular agency is authorized by SEBI, whether it is empaneled by SEBI. Number four, they should call up to that agency, confirm to that agency that I am in a WhatsApp group, I am in a Facebook group where I have been told about the schemes being floated. Are you the same one? Number five, there are also information related to emails. They should communicate with them and take the next step. People don't do that. People want fast money. And after the COVID, people are more online, and they think that the stock market is booming. They also will boom and they will make more money. But actually, in reality, instead of Lena Bank, it becomes Dena Bank, and they lose the money. So that's the trend where people are getting to be scammed, and that's the modus operandi of these criminals. I have also seen that some of these criminals who operate this modus operandi are now from Myanmar and Cambodia.
How come?
Yeah, these are those places, they are the countries now in the Southeast Asia where Indians are taken up over there in the garb of getting jobs. And they have been told that we will give you jobs. Actually, over there when they go, they are kept in prison and they have been told to work according to what they want. And they know the language Hindi, English, they know. So the person at the other end side in India feels, oh, talking in Hindi, but actually those particular calls, communications had been done from Myanmar and from Cambodia. And those numbers which the call comes are also routed from VoIP. So it looks like it is an Indian number, but actually it's not an Indian number. And Myanmar, Cambodia, these are the two countries now become the pinnacle of cyber crimes, and people should avoid that. Another modus operandi which has been, which I have seen in the past few days is the use of artificial intelligence to commit crimes. The other day we saw the legend of cricket, Sachin Tendulkar. His voice was dubbed. His voice was dubbed to make it look that it was Sachin Tendulkar who was promoting a gaming app, and he said that my daughter installed this gaming app and she made so and so money, so you also install it. So people thought that Sachin Tendulkar, the god of cricket, and some of them went up installing the app. But when they installed the app, the remote access of the device was sent to a hacker. Rather than getting the money was withdrawn from their account. There has to be a way by which people have to be made to understand, and that is whenever they download an app, they should always download the app from the Play Stores. But in most of these scams, it is looked that they download the app by a link which is being sent.
Directly on net, through the net, through Google or whatever.
Yes. So a link is sent. Never, whenever you click a link and when you have been told to install an app, never do that. Because now you have the sixth sense telling you that this is not there on the Play Store, this is not there on the Apple Store. So this link will take me to some XYZ site where the moment I download that app, it's going to be a remote access of my device being given to the hacker.
It's happening very commonly.
Extremely common, extremely common. And in some of the instances, I have seen senior citizens becoming a victim of it.
So I was talking about the movie, right, in the first episode, The Beekeeper. This is exactly senior citizen, and it's become such a huge movie. The minute it's become a movie, that means it's happening. They're talking about pension funds, huge amounts of pension fund, individual vacancies, and such huge money. So, like, why is it become so easy to do this type of things? Is it because of, I don't know, fear, greed, lack of awareness, lack of, I don't know, knowledge? What exactly?
See, the first thing is that we should always keep in mind that the internet is a public network. It's a public domain. It's not a safely guarded. That's the first thing every person has to remember. Number two, the internet should be used only for the matter which you want to use, not to use for unnecessary things.
Like, unnecessary means?
When I talk about unnecessary, people do so much of chatting on the social media for no reasons. There are a lot of fake messages which are there. Well, one of the topmost university promoting fake messages, WhatsApp. I'm talking forwarding. I'm talking forwarding.
Yeah.
Because what happens is that people make the changes and then forward
it. Correct. The way they want.
The way they want. But the media or the carrier is WhatsApp. And people have got so much faith on WhatsApp that they feel that whatever comes on the WhatsApp is the gospel truth.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's faith on gospel on WhatsApp, or it's just general ignorance and laziness. You sit at home and I don't know. It's like it's become a craze. Have you seen? Sorry to just divert slightly from the topic, but have you walked on the streets of India, especially the younger generation below 30, 40, even below 50s and all? They will not be looking up and walking. They will be looking at the phone and walking. Now, how much can you see in a day? What can you see? So obviously, is this going to get worse? WhatsApp, forwarding, reels, what?
Actually, what happens, as I said, we don't have the better cyber hygiene practices. We don't have Swachh Cyber Abhiyan. Until the time we are not being told about the grave features of this, people will always look at one side. Digital India only will be put into place and it will be successful to the people only when we have better cyber hygiene practices in place, better policies in place, and of course, we have the Information Technology Act, where this act was last amended in 2008.
Which is like much before all this.
There have been some small amendments have been there.
Okay.
But seeing the technology move from 2008 to 2024, it's a complete changeover.
Of course.
So this whole of IT Act has to be revamped to suit with the current requirements of artificial intelligence, machine language, data protection, so on and so forth.
Also train people to check. See, I know, Harold, that you're talking about, enforcement, implementation, but that is after the fact. Money is gone. Where it's gone, nobody knows. It's as good as it's gone to the moon. Because how much you're going to get? It's really so. I think the awareness one, of course, and also precautions. Like there are so many VPNs we can use. I don't know. That's what our lay people, even like VPNs, or you use Tor or bot. So what can we do? And no, before we do what can we, I want to know what else, like what other type of scams that are happening. Like you were talking about digital arrests, and like we find the agencies call you up, and what other type of things that are happening? Your cards, your credit cards, debit cards. What else happens? Actually, people should be scared. Should be like pay some attention to. Actually,
in today's context, we have seen for the last 2 years, ATM frauds have gone down drastically.
Okay.
Very drastically, ATM frauds have gone down.
Okay.
Because there is no need to go to the ATM now and make some particular changes over there. We are now sitting home. People are sitting and from whichever place the scams are going on with. So today's particular trends, if you look across, there's one more part of electricity bills.
Electricity bill scam is there?
Bills. And
really?
There is a scam in which people have been told. I know about a case in which a lady lost 12 lakh rupees.
On an electricity bill?
On electricity bill.
Are you serious?
I'm serious. She got a call as if it is coming from MNGL.
Okay.
And the call was that your electricity shall be disconnected night 9:30 p.m. And she got a call somewhere at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And her younger son was studying in 10th standard, and she lost her husband 3 months prior to this incident. And it was said that if you don't pay the electricity bill, which already she had paid, she said, no, we have seen in the record, and then there is some payment still you have to pay. If you don't pay by 9:30 p.m., your electricity will be disconnected. So she said, what should I do? She lost her husband 3 months ago, and here her son is there in the 10th standard board exams. So they said, don't worry, under the Digital India movement, we have got a scheme by which we will send a link to you, make that particular payment online, and your electricity shall not be disconnected. So the link was sent, she clicked on that link, and a matter of 2.5 hours, she lost 12 lakh rupees. And the worst part is that all the 12 lakh rupees she lost was the provident fund of her husband.
Oh God, that means somebody was keeping a track on it.
We don't have proper data hygiene practice also.
Okay.
The KYC, the KYC part, there has to be a complete revamp about it. The government is now bringing the DPDP Act, the Digital Personal Data Protection Act, and whenever it is enforced, I'm sure it is going to create lot of problems among the corporates, among the industries, and among the common people also. But as of now, there is nothing which we talk about data fiduciary. There is nothing which is called as a data principal. I buy something on an online portal. In the next 2 or 3 days, I may get a call saying that you bought this something on this portal. Where my information leaked? How it got leaked? There is no norms at this moment which is allowing the criminals to commit crimes, impersonation, and not small money. Today, whatever the cyber crimes I am working onto it is not that few thousands or few lakhs. It is few crores.
Really?
It's few crores.
How is this data? How do these people know exactly who has that type of money in the accounts? Who has the money? It's just hit and miss. No.
See, what happens is that, as I said, one of the KYC part, that's not been properly managed.
Okay.
Number 2 is that people give their Aadhaar card, PAN card to any Tom, Dick and Harry.
Really? You're not supposed to do that?
You're not supposed to give your Aadhaar card and PAN card to every Tom, Dick and Harry.
Why? What happens?
No, if you're going up over there, these particular details are categorized as private and confidential documents. And taking the cue of it, the criminals will then use this information and give a call to you. They may call me and say that your Aadhaar number is so and so, your PAN number is so and so, you got an account in so and so bank. Well, there's something which is wrong which has happened in your account, and we have to do a check of it. Now, how come he knows my Aadhaar card? How come he knows my PAN card? And so precise, I fall to that particular trap thinking that it's genuine. And whatever the instructions come from the other side, I follow that.
It happens on a regular basis?
Regular basis. In a day, I get about 8 to 10 cases. In fact, I just landed in Goa today afternoon at 2:30. And at 240, I had one case. A lady lost 16 lakh rupees.
How?
For the past 11 months, and she went to the cyber cell, and she went to the cyber cell, some PSI was there. The PSI said, don't worry, I'll make an online complaint. So the online complaint was made on cybercrime.gov.in.
That is the central government.
That's the central government. And that's it. And for the last 11 months, she has gone to the police station at least 5 to 6 times.
And
no FIR has been registered.
no FIR only?
No FIR has been registered.
I see.
And she has been made to tell, she has been told that once an online complaint is made, FIR is not mandatory, which is wrong.
Which is wrong. Of course it's wrong.
And when I was looking at that, when I was doing the analysis of all that money which she has paid, I was talking to her, a teacher she is. She said it's a hard-earned money.
Obviously.
I said, how it went? She said, I was on a Facebook, I got a link up over there. There a person came online to me and said that there is a job which is for you in Dubai. And then I can give you this particular job, so and so, so and so. So she thought, okay, fine, I'll earn little better money. And second thing he said in the course of time that why only a job? I can also give you another part-time money, and I will buy a car, a rental service in which you invest the money for the car. I will be your driver. That will be a second income. And like this, over a period of about 17 to 18 days, on some pretext or the other, she went on making payment of 16 lakhs. And after this payment was being made, I was looking at all the digital artifacts, and I stumped across on one of the profile of that particular person who looks to be a Pakistani national. So are we now saying that Pakistan is committing cyber threat and making the Goans people also take their money and making them poor?
Looks like.
So it's the police who had to do this analysis. They had to do this investigation.
Absolutely. No, but I agree. But if proper training is not given to the now, like the Goa, what do they know about cybercrime?
I've been training the Goa police from 2008.
Okay.
Until 2014, I was very regular.
Then.
And of course, from 2014, my focus little shifted because of the other states and the other other countries also came up in that part. But in that 6-year gap, whenever I was receiving any complaint from Goa, the police at that particular time in Goa, I would not say because I was there was a little hearing for them.
Okay.
The matter was being heard. And if it is not, they used to give me a call and say, Harold, this is the problem, what should I do? In the last 10 years, now I'm not so regular. Of course, last year I trained all the judiciary in Goa.
But you came for the judges, I remember.
Yeah, I trained all the judges.
Not the cops.
Yeah, I trained all the judges in Goa.
Correct.
I had one full day program, and that is the day they realized that what any electronic document comes in the court, how it has to be taken as a truth, and what to be kept out and what to be taken.
Okay.
But very sadly, this training program has to be there more for the cops.
Because they are the investigations agency, right?
Absolutely.
So whatever documents come to the courts first have to be vetted, properly investigated, corroborated at that level, right? I mean,
absolutely right.
Logic, right?
Yeah. But then you have to select something, some certain group of policemen who are basically interested, have that acumen, and create an ecosystem. At least Goa would require at least 200 cyber cops. And you require not only a dedicated cell, but you would require a research cell also.
To do the forensic part.
To do the forensic. No, Glenn, you spoke on a very important part on the forensic point of view. You see, in India, we have got only 7 states where these 7 states have got a cyber forensic lab which are electronic examiner labs.
Only 7?
Only 7. And I presume that Goa cases, cyber cases, in terms of the forensic may go to Hyderabad. Hyderabad has. But if it goes to Kalina in Maharashtra, it's not electronic examiner lab.
What is it then? It's normal forensic lab.
It's not. We have got a provisions in the Bharatiya Sakshya Adhiniyam, section 39, which says that for any opinion of examiner of electronic evidence is as per section 79A of the IT Act. And section 79A of the IT Act says that the lab where you are going to send your device for a forensic examination should be electronic examiner lab. And to be electronic examiner lab, you have to be certified by a Apex Ministry of Information Technology organization called as MITI, which is not.
Which is not, okay.
Which is not.
How do we try and be as safe as we possibly can? 100% it's absolutely not perfect. How can we possibly be as safe as we possibly can?
First
Buy an iPhone.
Yeah, first thing I would say, how you can be safe from your money not going.
Yes.
That's the first thing. I think that's a financial, stability. The first thing is that do online transactions where you feel you have to do. don't do online transactions at every Tom, Dick and Harry's outlets. That's number one. Number two, if I want to make an online payment, whether through my internet banking account, I will make the payment, and before I log out, I will set the limit of my payment to be 5,000 rupees or less than 5,000 rupees. So what happens is that if I lose, I will lose a small quantum of money. It's always better to do through internet banking, never to do mobile banking for amounts which are significantly higher.
Okay.
And even though when you're talking about a mobile banking, but at the end of the day, your settings, whatever you do, are there on the portal of the bank. So that you can set up, not more than 5,000 rupees per day. And if you want to make anything, go to the settings, make the changes, make the payment and reverse back.
Okay.
That's the way that how you can prevent your financial hard-earned money not to go in the criminal or in the hacker's hand. The second thing is that social media. We are using Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, I think all of these social media networks, I think they sleep only 2 hours in a day. Because in Mumbai, the local train don't work they don't function from 2 a.m. to 4 p.m. 4 a.m. So I feel that the same thing logic I'm using up over here. That should be a limit onto that. What we promote, what we should not promote. Especially women's and children have to be more cautious on this space, what they share and what they should not share. This type of a teaching has to go from the school level. The other day I was there in a school and I was very shocked that there was a boy, 14-15-year-old boy, who made a profile in the name of a terrorist.
Really?
And then he was chatting with the others, and the others classmates, they were very scared about it. So I think social media, you should be very cautious. Don't upload photographs. Be cautious with whom you share, whom you talk, and whatever your friends are there in your Facebook, Instagram. Take them out today. Your personal friends whom you have met physically, keep them. And don't chat something which is very, very personal on the social media network. I would always say that on social media, whether it's a WhatsApp, Facebook or any other, you should limit yourself of promoting any confidential, sensitive informations.
Limit it. Even within closed groups?
Absolutely. Because I said to you just some time ago that when you talk about WhatsApp encryption, technically yes, but legally no.
I know, but what happens now, for example, people are sending us information from far away and all. How do we...
That's the only way that you may have to design an indigenous app.
That's better.
With
internal.
With reasonable security guidelines, with the DPDP Act in place. Because having an indigenous app doesn't mean that tomorrow that cannot be hacked. But then you have the DPDP Act then in place. So if somebody hacks it or somebody takes out your data, according to the provisions of the law, you can get that guy to be prosecuted or the criminal to be prosecuted.
WhatsApp, you can't do that.
See, all these servers are in US. And of course, the government is trying its best. They are having their nodal offices now in India. But then there's one more part which is from the investigation point of view, is that the government should have the MLAT treaty, the Mutual Legal Assistance Treaty.
Which is not there still.
Which is there.
Which is there.
But not with all the countries.
Okay. But how can we be safe while using a phone, for example, while talking on the phone?
Well, I'm telling you, if you are communicating on the phone, well, I would say that you can have your mobile phone to be secured by putting a good antivirus.
Okay.
Install an antivirus.
VPN?
See, VPN, there's always a clause, good and bad.
Yeah. So something like Orbot or Tor.
You can.
They are safer.
They're comparatively safer. But if you see about the Tor, the Tor is mostly used by the criminals who are dealing with cryptocurrency.
I see. Because it's safe?
Yeah, because it's safe. Absolutely right. So most of the safest things are used by the criminals. Most of the things, they know that okay, this is the best secured way in the present context.
iPhone?
Well, whether you talk about iOS, whether you talk about Android, nothing is secure. You have to make it secure by having proper cyber hygiene practices in place. Like antivirus, like a firewall. You should know what to talk and what not to talk.
That is most important.
Yeah, that's very important. You should also know that whenever you have the settings to be made, whenever you download an app from any of the Play Store, give limited permissions.
Like what?
Give limited permissions. For example, if I am installing a weather app, so I will give the permission that my location details I will give. I will not give the access to that app to get my contact details. I will never give that access to the app to access my gallery. So whenever you are installing an app, see what access you are giving. And now most of the apps, you can selectively give the permissions. So do that. To be more conscious about it, last what I would say is that whenever you download an app, please read the terms and conditions and the privacy policy.
Okay, I think that I don't think anybody does, because the privacy policy is like so big.
That you do it.
Yeah,
I think you will be reasonably secure.
Yeah, you cannot be 100% safe, like you cannot be safe, but at least some sort of, you should be aware and you move into some danger with your eyes open. That's basically,
True.
I think, what we...
So the basic understanding of cyber hygiene among the common public is important.
Important.
And then even if you use a feature phone, I would say that feature phone is equally secured as compared to any of this
Only
modern
thing,
gadget.
can you record on an iPhone or WhatsApp chats when somebody calls you? Can you record?
Even though if you record that, it is not an admissible document.
No,
the
but I'm
court of
saying
rights. Yeah.
generally.
WhatsApp, no.
You cannot.
No.
But besides that, anything else can be recorded.
It can be recorded.
Even on an iPhone, you can record.
See,
from an iPhone, not on an iPhone. From.
See, what happens is that people talk about apps, and iPhone has got a facility in such a way
FaceTime, yeah.
that they say that okay, this particular things apps will not be there. So to that extent you could say, but as said and done, even if at all a conversation is recorded, it's not a legally
Anything.
admissible.
Okay. Okay.
It always has to be corroborated.
Corroborated by something.
Yeah.
I think more corroboration is needed even
Yes.
for WhatsApp and all
True,
that. Yeah.
true.
So these are a few things that Harold has given us information on various things. So misconceptions today are a lot, like no, this is safe, that is not safe. But ultimately, which is something I think in generally in life, even if you create awareness, don't go into a dark road, don't go into a side street, don't give permissions unnecessarily, be careful what you talk. All these things I think are a little bit of common sense, but I think thanks a lot, Harold, because I don't think people are very careful. If they were, forget about cyber, they wouldn't be riding and driving the way they do on our Goan roads. But we need to, we need to create more awareness. We need to be more aware. And thank you, Harold, again for being with us. Thank you, and keep watching GOA365. Be safe.